And I'm going to share my screen. All right.
Okay, guys, welcome to the EOCF weekly educational class. As you can see on the screen, we're going to talk about clove oil. It comes in a 15 mil and comes in a 5 mil. Okay, the price on your screen and the stock number I wanted you guys to have, because I'm talking about an oil that's very, very reasonable and very, very cost effective. Okay, clove oil. So we can go to the second screen. And I'm going to put a pause because I forgot to do my disclaimer real quick. So I'm going to be talking about clove oil, guys, but it's very, very critical that if you are working with a health practitioner or a doctor, that you listen to their advice. Okay, we have all kinds of resource books. I've got them all over my house. But just because it says something, please always take that information, because each of us are responsible for the decisions we make. I love this oil, but you need to make sure that it works for you. Okay, so let's talk about it. In the left hand part of your screen, that's actually a clove tree. Okay, it is part of the evergreen species and it has flower buds. Okay, I don't think of when I am chopping up a clove that it is in the evergreen family. Okay, when you look at clove, it is a protective herb. Okay, it will help against free radical damage. Free radicals. Free radicals, guys, can do a lot of damage to our cells, right? So I wanted to share something. Somebody asked me about free radicals. Have you ever cut an apple and then you watch it brown? So that's kind of like the chemical reaction of what free radicals can do to our body. Okay. Now, free radicals come in many, many forms. They come in toxins, pollutants. They come with sugar. They come with smoking, radiation, alcohol, etc. So clove is an antioxidant. Think of clove as a defender for your immune system. There is a link to foods that are great antioxidants. Jennifer has a link and she'll post it. But guys, we can supplement, but our best defense is nutrition. Okay, so if you have fresh cloves around and you're putting them in a soup, or I like to put them in my eggs if my husband doesn't say too much, or if I chop them up really small. But we also can benefit from clove as an oil. So slide number 3, I want you to think, if you are with Young Living, have you used any of these oils that are listed? Abundance, deep relief, energy, immune power, longevity, Melrose, or Panway. If you have, one of the key constituents is clove oil. Okay, these are some of Young Living's most powerhouse oils. Okay, we've done a class on longevity, oil and capsules. I know there's a lot of us besides me that take longevity capsules. Okay, and right now on my desk every day, energy. Yep, longevity oil. Immune power. These just stay on my desk. I use them throughout the day and they have clove in them. I want you guys, well, the next slide will tell you what is the key constituent or ingredient in clove is eugenol. Okay, so I wrote it this way. It's a local loss of sensation. We might also say numbing. Okay, but most of us have probably had numbing or loss of sensation if we've ever been to the dentist and had any amount of work. Okay, what that will do is it will help with bringing down the swelling and the irritation. Okay, so most of us would be very common with dental, but have you ever had to work out? Had to? I am learning to love to work out, but when we work out, right, we are getting swelling or irritation because we're working our muscles, okay, which is a good thing. but we don't want to have too much swelling. So our next slide will talk about a very important thing, okay? And I'm going right to the middle of the screen. Clove is known to act as a blood thinner, okay? So if you or a loved one is on any type of blood thinner, okay, please work with your doctor. Okay, at the end of the presentation, I'm going to give you a slide that you can take a screenshot of if you want, of all of the Young Living products that have clove in it. So it's really important. Obviously, if you're having surgery, right, they tell you to make sure you're not on any blood thinners. Okay, so that's the important part I wanted to make sure you guys got. Clove is a hot oil. Okay, now, not everybody thinks it's a hot oil. Okay, so I'm taking a drop. Okay. Okay, I can taste the clove, but it's not hot for me. So I did that because I want you to know most people will say, ooh, it's really hot. So how do we do it? You're going to dilute it. Whether you dilute it with an olive oil or coconut oil, you will dilute it, not with water. Okay. But everybody's different. So when you guys, somebody says it's a hot oil, it may be to you and it may not be, but always go on the conservative side. Keep coconut oil or olive oil handy just in case you need it. Okay, so the next slide we're going to do is one of the biggest products that uses clove oil is our whole line of thieves products. And if you're in Young Living, you're going to see the list of them, and it's huge. But here's what I'm finding with my clove oil. It is a huge boost to my immune system. So over the last couple of weeks, I have been exposed to people who've had a C word that ends in VID, okay? I have been exposed to somebody who's had pneumonia. I have been exposed to a lot. And I have to only work with clove oil to support my immune system. Now, I've taken my supplements and some things like that, but I wanted to test my immune system. I'm not telling you to do that. I was prepared, but that has all happened in the last 8 or 9 days, okay? Clove is a powerhouse in dealing with stress. And I wanted to say to you guys, I have a loved one who's in the hospital right now, and on Monday was told by a doctor that she might not make it. I took off for the hospital because I was going to remind her she is going to make it. So I was extremely stressed, okay, hearing her tell me that over the phone. So sometimes clove oil, if you have a stress day, consider that. Okay, so Jennifer, if you will go ahead and stop the screen sharing, because I have a lot of details and I wanted to share some things with you. Okay, your clove oil, we already talked about the numbing benefits. Okay, but in one of my resource books, guys, it talks about one of the benefits of clove oil is bone preservation. Okay, so I went to the dentist also this week, who said I had some bone loss that he did not like to see, okay, with my teeth. Okay, so I am doing some things, but I decided, and you might have figured this out, where I put the clove oil is where he said there's some bone loss, more than what there should be. Okay, so I'm doing some research on that for bone preservation. Also, clove oil. Okay, I want you guys to think about this. If you need to focus, because clove oil is a hot, kind of spicy oil, it actually brings clarity. So if you like your rosemary and basil or peppermint for diffusing in your home, I want to encourage you to try, and I have a couple of diffuser blends at the end, but I really want to encourage you guys to try diffusing clove oil with something to really help bring clarity and focus. Okay. I am testing this because I just read it, right? We're always in a learning mode. So if you don't know something, please know we're on the exact same journey as one another. We're always learning. But a friend of mine shared that she uses clove oil on her wrist when she's really stressed. Okay, again, if it's a hot oil, you may not want to do that. But I actually tried it on Monday before I went to the hospital because I knew I needed to be calm walking in there. Okay. One of the things, okay, does anybody else have bugs? Okay. We got these really tiny, tiny, tiny ants in one part of my house. And I'm always saying, Dale, get the ants. Okay. So we have started putting clove oil. He's laughing. Clove oil on cotton balls. Okay. Now, it's been a whopping 1 day, but I haven't seen any ants. Does it work? Maybe. I'm excited to try that. Okay. So today I worked out. Okay. And what I did is I took a couple drops of clove oil and I rubbed it on my knees because it helps with inflammation. So we're probably not going to send the video out, but the clove oil versus Panaway actually gives me more relief. And I knew that my trainer had said we're going to do deadlifts with your 35-pound weight. So don't cancel this class, Jean, okay? But that's what I use. I didn't use like Cool Azul. I did not use Deep Relief. I didn't use Panaway. I used clove oil and actually did really, really well. So I wanted to just say to you that clove oil, I'm telling you, from bugs to ants to using on your feet to use on your tooth for helping with bone. It is, how many of you guys have heard lavender is your Swiss Army knife, right? If you've been around New Living a little bit, lavender is amazing for everything. And I'm going to say over the last 3 weeks, I have been using clove oil in that same capacity. And I am having a ball with it. Okay. So I want to get to my notes because I'm looking at my time. Okay. Now, clove is a powerhouse of an antioxidant. And Jennifer had pointed this out a few weeks ago that I used to have a really red face, a lot of inflammation in my face, and it's cleaned up a lot, even if the video doesn't show it. But I've also washed my face with turmeric, honey, and 1 drop of clove. Okay, so can I say that it was just one thing? I can't, but I'm saying with it being such a powerhouse of an antioxidant, you can use it in a lot of different ways. Remember the caution, the disclaimer, work with a healthcare practitioner in that. Okay. Has anybody else, like I've had so much fun over the last 3 weeks, like exercising, trying clove for everything. If you guys know me, I have had some liver challenges, kind of a sluggish liver. I've been working on it for years. I've made huge improvements. Okay. Clove helps protect the liver. Now, I kind of knew that, but I use other oils. So I've added. So in other words, I'm switching things up. I can't give you results, but if liver is something you're working in, let's talk a little bit about how clove is. But here's the thing. I go to a lady who helps with my lymphatic system, and she told me over a year ago to eat more cloves. Eat more cloves. I was like, okay, like not thinking about our clove oil. I didn't do a whole lot. And so 2 weeks ago, I saw her and I said, what did you mean about cloves? And she said, well, cloves can really help with parasites. And that's what you're dealing with. Okay. So I was like, okay, so maybe I don't eat as many cloves. Okay. Um, but you could use your clove oil, guys. Wherever you think you might have parasites, I use it in my abdomen area. Okay. So let's go. Jennifer, if you can bring up slide. Yeah, I'll just read this. Okay. But we'll get to there in a minute. So you can leave it up, Jennifer. Okay. Where does Young Living get its clove oil? It comes from Madagascar. And the thing is, because of where it's grown, cloves can be grown year round, guys. And that's why we have an ample supply of clove oils. A clove tree, and you probably couldn't tell from the picture I had up earlier, they can grow anywhere from 30 to about 42 feet tall. Like, can you imagine? That's how tall. And we are so blessed to have this oil. I do want to say I don't have it in my diffuser blend, but one of the things that I have been diffusing this week is clove oil with vanilla oil and black pepper. Okay, so kind of that spicy black pepper clove with a little bit of vanilla is amazing. It's like, I don't know, just like kind of a happiness if you like the little spicy. So write that down. Okay, then we're going to talk about some diffuser blends. I do want to say to you, a lot of people ask about clove. Clove has been used as a fragrance. Clove has been used as a spice. Clove's been used for medicine. So it has multiple uses. Okay, so Jennifer, the next slide. Okay, and you can just take a picture of this if you're getting the PDF, it's in here. So like I said, clove and vanilla, but I have been adding black pepper, and I really like that. So our revitalized clove and orange is in our longevity blend, and then the lime, and then the last page will share our clove and bergamot and cassia. Cassia is in the cinnamon family, but it's actually hotter than cinnamon bark. Okay. And the last one is warm and cozy. That's kind of the one I use always around the holiday time. It's very popular. We all love it. So those are the pictures of those, and we can bring them back up if you wanted a picture or not. And the last page that Jennifer's pulling up is, I want you guys to realize, do you realize how many Thieves products we have? And they all have clove oil in it. And in my research, clove is the largest part of the Thieves blend. Okay. But also, guys, inner defense, and you may not know what these supplements are. We've covered them, or we will be covering them in the near future. But inner defense, K and B, kidney and bladder support, longevity capsules. There's also an oil. Okay. The Ortho Ease massage oil, something I tend to use after my workout. And then again, the list of oils that have clove oil in it. Okay. So when you look at this list, realize how many of our products have the powerhouse of clove oil to it. So whether you are looking to support your bones, whether you're looking to support your immune system with clove, whether you're looking to support your liver, whether you're looking to diffuse something that just will really support your immune system, whether you're looking to support your lymphatic system, okay? Anything related to the chest, respiratory. I wanted to say to you guys, your resource book, I have several, okay? That's just my easiest and smallest one. Will do a lot to educate you, and so will your team. So when I looked at lavender as the Swiss Army knife, I look at clove as pairing with lavender for Swiss Army knife. I won't travel without clove oil. If I needed inner defense and I didn't have it, I would have clove. If I needed to clean my hands or do anything like that, or freshen my breath, clove oil is that multitude. Whatever, almost from like A to Z, like with lavender, is clove oil. Okay. So I wanted to share that. I had a lot of PubMed studies in my PDF that would have made this a very lengthy class because I love to dig. I hope it will be a blessing to you. But if you have not tried clove oil, I highly recommend it. I hope you do. Remember, it's warm and hot for most people. So if it is, please just keep it handy, but it will be a powerhouse to protect your immune system, to support it, even when you're traveling on vacation. Don't leave home without your clove oil. Thanks, Jennifer.